Can't climb the stairs like you used to. Need to grab the chair just to stand up. Don't blame aging. Just yet take a closer look at what you're eating. Hello, my friend. I don't know where you're watching this from. Maybe you're resting in your chair, or maybe it's right after you tried to stand up and your knees didn't quite listen the way they used to. But I do know one thing for sure. If you're in your 60s, 65, or beyond, your legs might be sending you a quiet message. I'm tired. I need a little help. I've heard these words so many times from my patient's doctor. I just want to go up the stairs without clinging to the railing. I just want to stand up without having to count to 3 and brace myself. Have you ever felt that way? If so, let me tell you this, that feeling isn't the end of the road. No, not at all. It doesn't mean you're getting too old. More often than not, it simply means your body is running out of the building blocks it needs to heal itself. That's something I say to nearly every patient I see. Because after more than 30 years of working with adults over 50, I've learned leg strength doesn't just vanish overnight, it fades little by little based on what we feed our bodies and what we don't. Think about it for a moment. We eat 3 meals a day, sometimes 5. But how often do we eat for our legs? For our calves, our knees, our balance, our stability, or do we just eat out of habit? I want you to picture something. There was a 68-year-old woman I worked with. Her legs had gotten so weak, she couldn't rise from a chair without someone pulling her up. We didn't use expensive medications. We simply started with her meals with foods anyone can find at a local grocery store. And 3 months later, she walked across her backyard without holding on to anything. That smile on her face, I'll never forget it. Today, I want to pass along to you what I gave to her, 5 simple foods that not only rebuild muscle, but rebuild your trust in your legs again. Let's begin gently, just like how your body will begin to recover. Are you ready? I want to start with a food I often call the silent companion of your legs, salmon. You know, whenever a patient walks into my office and tells me their legs feel weak or they're struggling to stand up, I don't immediately reach for muscle supplements. Instead, I ask them a very simple question. Have you had any fish this past week, especially salmon? Many are surprised. Some respond, "Oh, I thought fish was just good for the heart." Well, here's the truth. Salmon is a double gift. It nourishes both the heart and your muscles. It's rich in high-quality protein, the very material your body needs to rebuild muscle fibers that have quietly broken down over the years. But even more important, salmon contains omega-3 fatty acids, a healthy type of fat that reduces inflammation and protects your muscles from further breakdown. Let me tell you about one of my former patients, Frank, 73 years old. He used to be a firefighter. Strong legs, strong steps. But as the years passed, those legs started to let him down. Climbing stairs left him breathless. His morning walks became a distant memory. So he started with something simple. Just add salmon to his meals, 2 to 3 times a week. That was it. A month later, Frank came back no cane. He looked at me and smiled. "Doc, I'm not a firefighter again. But I can walk with my granddaughter now without needing to stop halfway." And science backs that up. Studies from the University of Washington have shown that seniors who regularly consume omega-3 recover 20 to 30% faster after physical activity than those who don't. What I love about salmon is this. It's easy. You don't need fancy cooking. Just a piece of salmon lightly grilled with olive oil, a few slices of lemon, some steamed vegetables. That's a meal that not only tastes good, but also feeds your muscles, especially your thighs and calves, which are often the first to weaken after 60. So if you go grocery shopping today, I hope you'll think of salmon, not just as a delicious dish, but as a small first step towards stronger, steadier legs. Eggs, the humble powerhouse for leg strength. Now I want you to think about something so familiar that we often overlook just how powerful it really is. The egg. Such a small, humble food, and yet inside it holds a surprising strength, one that helps your body heal in ways you might never expect. I often tell my patients, if salmon is the brick that rebuilds your muscle, then eggs are the mortar, the thing that binds it all together, makes it solid, makes it whole. Inside the egg, especially the white, is an essential amino acid called leucine. And leucine is the key to activating muscle protein synthesis, especially in the hips, thighs, and calves, the areas we rely on most to stand balance and walk. Now, when you're 30, your body might only need 1 or 2 eggs to get what it needs. But after 60, your body becomes a little harder to convince. It takes more leucine to wake up your muscle-building response. That's why a simple breakfast of 1-2 eggs each morning can be your body's reminder. Hey, it's time to rebuild those tired muscles. I remember a woman named Linda, 70 years old, living in Oregon. She came into my clinic feeling drained and said she kept tripping over herself around the house. I didn't give her any medication. Instead, I suggested a small change swap, her usual white toast for 2 boiled eggs, a few greens, and half an avocado for breakfast. 6 weeks later, she came back with the gentlest smile. I'm no longer afraid of stepping off the porch steps, doctor. You see, the miracle doesn't come from some faraway supplement. It comes from the simple things when we choose them at the right time in the right way. Besides, leucine eggs also contain vitamin D and vitamin B12, both critical for neuromuscular health. They help strengthen the connection between your brain and your leg muscles, improving balance, reaction time, and coordination, all vital when you're over 60 and want to avoid falls. Have you ever suddenly felt stuck when turning around too quickly? Or had to steady yourself against the wall when changing direction? That might not just be weak legs. It could be a signal that your nervous system is undernourished. And this simple little egg could be your answer, if you can start your day with one. Boiled, scrambled, poached, whatever feels right. Just give your body the chance to absorb what it truly needs. Never underestimate the power of a small beginning, because sometimes 1 egg each morning is all it takes to start rebuilding the strong legs you thought you'd lost. Greek yogurt, a small snack with big power for your legs. The next food I want to share with you might come as a bit of a surprise. It's not meat, it's not a supplement, and it's certainly not anything fancy or expensive. It's a cold, simple cup of Greek yogurt. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, isn't yogurt just good for digestion, doctor? Yes, it is. But it's also so much more than that. Greek yogurt is what I call a small snack with big impact, especially when it comes to your legs. Let's talk protein. Not all proteins are created equal. Greek yogurt is packed with both casein and whey, protein, 2 forms of protein your body can absorb easily, feeding your muscles consistently, even when you're resting. I remember one of my patients, Bill, age 66. He used to be a physical education teacher, but after retiring, he moved less, ate irregularly, and one day he told me, "Doc, I can't stand up from the couch anymore without gritting my teeth." When I checked him, there wasn't anything serious. His muscles were simply starved for years. So we made one small change. He added a serving of Greek yogurt to his afternoon snack around 3 or 4 p.m. or right after a light walk. He mixed it with a few berries, blueberries, raspberries to boost antioxidants. 2 months later, he came back and said something that made me smile. "I'm standing up easier now, Doc. And for the first time in years, I haven't had any nighttime leg cramps." That's not magic. That's basic physiology. When you give your body the right building blocks, it knows how to heal itself. Greek yogurt also brings calcium, potassium, magnesium, and probiotics to the table, all of which support nutrient absorption, bone strength, and reduce joint inflammation. That's especially helpful for older adults who wake up with stiff knees or aching hips in the morning. There's something I often tell my patients: eating is a physical act, but healing is biological. You don't need to eat a lot. You just need to eat right and eat at the right time. A cup of Greek yogurt might not fill you up like a full meal, but it's a gentle medicine for tired muscles, quietly calling out for help. It's your way of telling your legs I haven't forgotten you, even if my steps are slower now. And I believe your legs will hear you. I want you to take a moment and think about the quiet things, the things that don't make noise, that aren't flashy, but quietly, patiently, keep you going every single day, like a warm bowl of lentil stew on a quiet evening. It's not fancy. It's not expensive. But in my years of practice, it's been one of the most powerful foods for restoring strength in older adults, especially the legs. Throughout my career, I've noticed a pattern with many of my older patients. They eat far too little plant-based protein. And that matters especially after 60, when our ability to absorb protein from meat or fish begins to decline. The body needs gentler, more nourishing sources. And that's where lentils, black beans, mung beans quietly step in. Did you know that just 1 cup of lentils provides nearly 18 grams of plant-based protein along with iron, magnesium, and folate? All of them play a critical role in rebuilding and maintaining muscle, especially in the legs and hips, the parts that carry us through every step. I remember a couple, the Thomases from Arizona, both in their 70s. They came to see me not because of illness, but with a small dream. We want to be able to walk around the park each morning without having to stop and rest. We didn't talk about pills, we talked about beans. I showed them how to make a simple lentil stew with turmeric, fennel, and olive oil. Nothing fancy, easy to digest, rich in anti-inflammatory goodness. 3 months later, Mrs. Thomas came back to my office, smiling bright as morning light. We finished our 4th lap around the park today, doctor. And he says he wants to sign up for dance classes. You see, there's no magic pill for muscles after 60. But there are honest foods served with intention, nourishing us slowly. 1 meal, 1 spoonful at a time. Besides, protein lentils are rich in magnesium, a quiet mineral that supports muscle contraction, prevents leg cramps, and helps your legs feel less tired when you stand or walk for long periods. I often say to my patients, magnesium is something you don't realize you need, until you finally have it again. Many people, after adding lentils to their routine, tell me my legs don't cramp at night anymore. My knees feel lighter when I get up. I'm no longer afraid of climbing the stairs, and all of that started from something so simple, just 1 bowl of lentils a week. So if you've been wondering, where should I start? Maybe the answer is already simmering. Quietly, patiently, right there in your kitchen pot. Bone broth, the gentle remedy for aging legs. There's one food I've always considered a quiet remedy for aging, not a pill, not a pricey supplement, but a warm, clear bowl of bone broth, comforting like a gentle hand on the shoulder. Many of us grew up with it. Your mother, your grandmother, maybe even you have simmered it on cold days or when the family needed something healing but light. But few people realize bone broth is a natural tonic for legs that grow weaker with age. Do you know why inside that humble broth are collagen, glycine, and proline, the raw materials your body needs to support tendons, ligaments, and joint cartilage? Think about it this way. If muscles are the engine, then tendons and joints are the drive chain. Even the strongest engine won't move a car if the chain is loose. I once cared for a woman named Elaine, 75 years old. She had always enjoyed her morning walks, but lately her knees had started to ache, and her ankles made clicking sounds with every step. She was afraid she'd soon need a walker. I told her this. Before reaching for pain meds, try simmering beef bones with a little ginger onion and vegetables. Drink it warm before bed. Just 2 to 3 times a week. She looked surprised. That's it, doctor. A few weeks later, she returned to my clinic. Her face lit up with joy. I don't hear the crackling in my knees anymore. It's like my joints have been oiled, and I smiled. Not because bone broth is magic, but because the body, no matter the age, still knows how to heal if you give it time and the right materials. For older adults, bone broth does more than just support joints. Thanks to its natural glycine, it can also promote better sleep by calming the nervous system and helping the body relax. A bowl of bone broth at night isn't just nourishment, it's a ritual. A way to tell your body, you've done enough today. Now let me take care of you. And so here we are. 5 foods: salmon, eggs, Greek yogurt, lentils, bone broth. None of them are miracles on their own. But quietly, consistently, meal after meal, they have the power to awaken something precious, the quiet strength in your legs, and the freedom to move through life with steadiness and confidence. I've always believed this aging doesn't mean slowing down. It's the chance to walk slower, but walk stronger, deeper, and with more meaning. If you're just getting started, that's okay. Pick one food. Just one. Begin tonight. You don't need to do it all. You just need to do it consistently. And soon, those legs, the ones that once felt tired, shaky, and unsure, they will begin to answer you. Step by step, with quiet hope. My dear friend, we've just taken a small journey together, but I hope it was a meaningful one. From salmon to eggs, Greek yogurt, lentils, and finally bone broth. None of these are flashy. They're not advertised. They're not expensive. But they all share one quiet truth. They know how to restore, and that, I believe, is what every older adult truly needs. Not to become young again, but to recover, to regain steadiness, to stand firm step by step, one day at a time. There's something I once told a patient, and today I want to say it to you. After 60, we don't need to live like we did at 30, but we absolutely deserve to live with confidence, with strength, and with the kind of legs that take us wherever we choose to go. So if you're feeling tired, if every step feels like a sigh, go back to the basics. A simple, nourishing meal. Nothing fancy, just consistent and kind. You don't need to do it all at once. Just pick one food. Start today, and let your body thank you in its quiet, steady way. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like just to let me know you're still there, still walking this path with me and this little community we're building. Have you been using any of these 5 foods already? Do you have a story about your own journey to stronger legs? Please share it below, because sometimes just one line from you could brighten someone's darkest day. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to. We still have many stories to tell, many tips to share, and many people out there who still need each other just like I need you. You see, aging is not a full stop. It's a comma, a pause to take a breath, to reflect, and to begin again in a wiser, gentler way. So take care of your legs. They've carried you for so many years. And now, it's your turn to walk with them. I'll see you in the next video.